Kick-off now from Nicky Coy. Railway Union playing from right to left. As UL Bows now with Myrna Wall. Gets the ball out, pass comes inside. Good carry from Sarah Quinn. Railway Union putting the pressure on, but it's out to the left-hand side now. Good hit from the Railway Union defence, trying to put on pressure here in the opening minutes here in UL. Ball outside from Energia. And there's a penalty for Railway Union. Holding on is the call from referee. Mike Scanlon's taking quick. Out it comes, good carry there. Lindsay Pete trying to get involved early here, but it's a good carry from this Railway Union side. Out it comes to Nicky Coy. Now it's Pete. Pete looking out to her left hand side. There's a player over here on the left wing. Well held in the end by Katie Heffernan. Heffernan coming back inside. Fiona Reedy's there with Rachel Allen with the tackle, but it's good pressure here early on from Railway Union. Claire Bowles now trying to take it up through the UL Bows defence. It's now there for Elisa. Out the wing again it goes to Katie Dwyer. Good strong carry from Katie early on here. And the Bows defence holding firm. Aoife McDermott with a lovely offload in the tackle. And it's down the blind side now. It's McDermott again, gets the pass away. Comes into the centre, Aoife Doyle into Nicky Coy. Good carry from Coy. Real solid attack here from the away side Railway Union. As Claire Bowles trying to make that break, trying to free the hands as well. Wasn't held in the tackle, says referee. UL Bowles not happy with that decision. Comes out to the right again. Forward pass, says referee Mike Scanlon. And Caroline Moan, good defence from UL Bows early on.
Very good defence. Interesting that Railway Union didn't want to take the points early on, but I could see why. They're really trying to play expansive rugby, and really solid defence by UL early doors. That'll give them confidence.
Dual player with Kerry Rugby, a very promising scrum half with UL Bows this season. And of course, dual status with Kerry women as well. Good big pressure on from Railway Union, held for the moment though by the Bows scrum, and it's taken out by Sarah Quinn, but Railway Union with serious intent in the early stages of this contest. Energia AIL top 4 competition in the women's game in the playoffs, and Bows just going through the phases now. Eventually comes back to the out half. That's Enya Breen with the clearance. A good kick. Defensive kick from Enya Breen. Gets play outside the 22.
Yeah, relieves a bit of pressure there. You know, a change at 10 there makes a difference, and that'll give her confidence too.
And Railway Union now still on the attack. Have the advantage of a strong breeze blowing into that corner here in UL. Throw from Chloe Blackmore. And out it comes to Nicky Coy into the centre now. It comes to their number 8, Deirdre Roberts. Big tackle from the Bows defence, but the ball is there for Railway Union. Lofted pass. Lindsay Pete didn't get a hand on it, says referee Mike Scanlon. Good offload from Kate McCarthy there, but Railway Union again on the 22 showing attacking intent. Pete has it now. Good hit initially there from Kate Sheehan. And Aoife McDermott now leaves it to her scrum half, Elisa Hughes. Out it comes now from Coy to Claire Bowles. Good carry, strong carry from Bowles into the Bows 22. Deirdre Roberts again with the carry for Railway Union. It's back for Hughes. It's Coy, gets the ball out. Chance now here, and it's Aoife Doyle, the Limerick woman, playing for Railway Union. Great carry again. 10 metres or so made by Doyle there. Hands there again. No knock-on, says referee Mike Scanlon. And Railway Union getting ever closer to the line. Aoife McDermott's there. Big tackle from Fiona Reid. It's there again though for Union. It's Coy trying to take it on herself. Makes it very close to the line. Big chance for Railway Union. Bows defence has been strong so far though. It's Roberts now trying to go herself. Another big tackle in the Bows defence. Out left it comes Blackmore. Gives the ball out. Should be a try here for Railway Union. And it's their captain, Niamh Byrne, that's got over. The patience in that Railway Union attack in the end, Caroline, paid fruition.
Yeah, you could see it coming there because they had the numbers, and they were sucking them in. The big forwards are carrying well and sucking in the defence. They defended as well as they could, but eventually that pressure just paid, and the try in the corner. They'll be really happy with that start, Railway Union will.
Yeah, Patrick, UL Bows did everything they possibly could there to hold out, but in the end, numbers on the left-hand side, and it was an easy finish for Niamh Byrne.
Yeah, easy finish. Bows just have to trust their defence out wide and not step in. I think they're the last pass they could have stayed out on their man. But huge pressure on the Bows backline with the Railway forwards coming out in the backline as well.
So it's now Nicky Coy trying to add to that try from Niamh Byrne. It's Kai with the strike. The accuracy was good, just didn't have the legs. So it's Railway Union. Railway Union that have made a perfect start to this game, trying to solidify their place along with Blackrock in the top two positions that will see them into the 2022 AIL Energia Women's 1A final.
Which will be televised live.
Televised live, of course, on TG Car announced this week. So plenty of action here still ahead as the season progresses. So it's Enya Breen with the kick-off. It's there for Elise Hughes, gives it out quickly. Elsa Hughes out to Deirdre Roberts, and Railway Union getting the ball through the hands with ease in the opening stages of this game. And hands is the call from the Railway Union side. There's plenty of numbers out to that side. And it's Chloe Blackburn now down the left-hand wing. Now there's space for Katie Heffernan. Big hit on Katie Heffernan there. Aoife Corey was there from UL Bows' point of view. Kick clear, and it's going to bounce for Aoife McDermott. McDermott now showing her pace and power and fine hands. Well, lovely offload. And Railway Union.
Utilising the basketball skills there, I think, in the centre.
There's an excellent basketball player in her past. You can see it with Aoife McDermott, a seriously quality player, and it's still Railway Union with possession. Much better from Bows, but there's a break there now, and it's Railway Union crossing the halfway line. Big carry there from the centre. Eve Higgins, ball comes in. Looked to have gone a little bit forward. Referee says no. And it's out to this left-hand side with McDermott, really prominent in the opening stages here. It's inside now, it's Lindsay Pete, and this will spell danger. Good carry from Pete into the 22, and Railway Union with huge momentum behind them at the moment here. It's Hughes out to Pete. Pete has Kate McCarthy with her. Good tackle though from her opposite number, and that is Ciara O'Halloran for Bows. Much needed timely tackle too. Higgins now outside to her full-back. That's Molly Scuffle McCabe, and McCabe still going, sets it off, pass into Aoife Doyle. Excellent work from Railway Union. And Patrick, that's the second try in quick succession. Excellent stuff from Railway Union.
Yeah, lovely break by the full-back there, and it's just a little pop-out Aoife on the wing. Railway are taking Bows from one side to the other. Their handling is excellent, and there's lots of gaps open up and out wide, and Bows under a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, Caroline, UL Bows did everything they could with that defence, but it was really clinical attacking play.
It was really clinical, and they're mixing up their forwards. They're not playing the forwards in the traditional roles. Lindsay Pete has popped up twice in open field, and she's not carrying into contact like you'd expect. She's there to offload, and they really are punching holes, but then moving the ball really wide, effectively and quite easily. Even though Bows are really trying to defend very well, they are moving the ball quite easily, and it's looking ominous at this stage. So Bows will have to really put pressure up.
Yeah, chance now for Nikki Coy to extend Railway Union's lead to 12 points to 0. It's Coy from the right hand side. Better strike from Nikki Coy this time around, but again it's not on target. But Railway Union into a 10-0 lead here inside 10 minutes here in UL. And Niamh Briggs, the UL Bows head coach, calling for energy from her charges. Caroline, it's a tough start for Bows here, but what do they need to do to get back into this?
Well, I mean, they saw it in the Blackrock match that it was a poor start, but they ground their way back into the game, and they'll need to do the same again. But I mean, they are playing into a stiff breeze. That kickoff is now, no, it's just short. You can see how strong that wind is when the ball is high. But I think possession is important. They'll need to play the territory in possession, the simple things, and do it right. If they let Railway Union keep the ball for that amount of time and that amount of phases, they'll be under pressure again.
Yeah, and that kick-off from Enya Breen not going to 10 metres, says referee Mike Scanlon. Looked from our vantage point at Aoife McDermott got a hand in it and played it. Looked to have knocked the ball on, but Mike Scanlon is the man in the middle and he makes the decision, so we'll abide by that. Either way, it's going to be a scrum for Railway
Union. It would have
Union.
been hard for Aoife to not catch it, in fact.
It's Elsa Hughes now with the feed. So Railway Union this excellent start so far. Those tries from Niamh Byrne, their captain, and moments ago Aoife Doyle, seeing them to a 10 points to nil lead as Mike Scanlon calls for the scrum to be reset. Not happy with the movement before LCU's put the ball in.
Teams possibly having to adapt to the fact that the hookers will have to have a foot up, and on this surface you mightn't have the same grip as you would on grass.
One of the new laws introduced ahead of the Six Nations that goes worldwide once it's introduced. It's out quickly here and steered to Roberts. Out to that right hand side, Hughes. Outside to McCabe, and there's room again for Railway Union down that right hand side. Another strong carry, and really going through their plays very, very easily so far. Our Railway Union. Better defence, Chloe Pearce with the hit, but it's coming out left again here. It's a lofted pass, and it's taken there. Good take from Eve Higgins. And it's Niamh Byrne, in fact, that has it. Byrne inside. Chance for Lindsay Peat. Lindsay Peat isn't going to miss from there. Under the post goes the vastly experienced player. And Patrick Kelly, UL Bows really need to sort this out quickly.
Yeah, our defence, there's lots of holes in defence. They're obviously trying to go wide straight away and are sucking us in out wide. Aoife Doyle with another great run down the right wing there, and full back Scuffle McCabe, and then Lindsay Peat popping up in the middle of the pitch again. So Bows are struggling with the expansive play. The Railways handling, like there was a error there in the midfield, and they really need to pounce on that. We need to get our hands back on the ball. UL Bows need to get their hands back on the ball and try to get play in this game.
Senya Breen, of course, equally adept at centre and out half today due to Nicole Cronin's absence. The kick-off only as far as Emma Murphy for Union. They're going out straight out to the wings again. Good defence though from Chloe Pearce from Bows' point of view. But it's Hughes out to that right hand side. Little chip over the top now. Myrna Wall is there. Leaves the ball go out over the sideline for UL Bows line out, but a little bit of a better defensive set there. Caroline from Bows made sure there was no gaps in their defence.
Yeah, they're going to have to put the pressure up around the side of the breakdowns a lot heavier, just to not give your Railway Union backline the time to attack and to get that ball moving, because when they move it, they look really, really dangerous at the moment.
Okay, Sheehan, vastly experienced hooker. It's a good throw. And it's Claude O'Halloran that gets it at the back. Bree now inside to Stephanie Union. Not much metres gained there. That's Fiona Reedy now. Good placement from Reedy. Back to Myrna Wall. And it's Anya Breen. Good carry then from Rachel Allen. And it's Bows now trying to get through the phases. Myrna Wall out to Aoife Corey. But Railway Union, very organised defence here. And it's carried by Chloe Pearce. A good carry from Chloe Pearce, but again, not quick enough ball. Switch play now from Anya Breen. Now there's a bit of space. Claude O'Halloran has it out to her centre, Stephanie Noonan. Comes back to Alana McInerney, and Alana McInerney's in touch. Really strong defence. Claire Bowles there and Katie Heffernan. Excellent work from Railway Union. You also see that as well with Aoife Doyle, Munster winger, playing, starting with Shannon, of course, now playing with Railway Union. Out it comes again into middle. Another huge carry from Claire Bowles, who will both struggling to contain the Railway Union number 7 here. And it's LCU's out to the right. Good flat pass from Nikki Coy. Too flat indeed, forward. Too flat. Referee Mike Scanlon on hand in a perfect position.
Before I would have maybe called it forward, but the referee deemed that to be back. There can be no argument about that one.
Yeah, and just we must mention as well the strength of the breeze in Railway Union's favour. It's very difficult for Bows when they do have the ball. It's kicking it back to Railway Union isn't exactly going to work from what we've seen so far.
No, they've a very, very strong backline, and I believe the head coach had quite a difficult task on hand, actually knowing who to pick and who to leave out, because there was actually so much players available this time round. So kicking back to them doesn't really seem like a viable option this tight.
Ball goes in from LCU's. Better scrum from Bows there, but it's Roberts. Back to Hughes again. Hughes out to the right hand side. It's Niamh Byrne. It was Aoife Doyle that carried that one. Now out to the left in towards the middle of the park. That's Kate McCarthy struggling to get the ball back. Eventually does. It's Chloe Blackmore. Out it comes to the wing again. There's gaps there. Advantage coming here for Railway Union.
I didn't see what that was for. Did you see what that was for?
Maybe offside, but it's Nikki Coy with it just kick over the top. Should be defended by Aoife Corey on that. Sorry, Alana McInerney. But comes back for the penalty. We'll wait for the signal from referee Mike Scanlon. His hands in the ruck, I think, is what he indicated there. So,
Okay.
a penalty.
I thought that ruck was too quick to even have hands in there.
Either way,
He's closer to the action.
a penalty on the 10 taken short by Dee Roberts. And a good carry again from Claire Bowles, really marauding through this UL Bowes defence. Here's the Railway Union open side flanker. Back to Chloe Backmore, taken by Katie O'Dwyer instead. Good hit though by the Bowes defence, really under pressure here in this first half. Out to Nikki Coy, good pass back inside from Coy. And it's to Emma Murphy. Again, Bowes are there in numbers with their defence. Another penalty coming though. LCU's out to Roberts. Inside the Bowes 22 now. That's Kate McCarthy again. Good carry from Kate McCarthy, trying to free the hands to get the offload away.
They
Keeps
have
on
an overlap
going though.
on this left wing.
Yeah, big overlap here if they can get the ball left. Katie Dwyer just shunts it off her left hand, and it's going to come back for the penalty though. And Patrick, this is really, really tough times for Bowes in this opening half.
Yeah, we definitely need to get a score soon, and Bowes need to get the ball up the pitch, and we need to get some points on the board. They do. Yeah. The Bowes backline, they're getting very sucked in, and there's a few missed tackles and people going too high, so they need to get lower in the tackle.
Interesting to see as well, Caroline, that Railway Union going for the scrum from this penalty.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a couple of penalty options, and with the wind behind them, they're not interested in kicking it. So it's either that a game plan that they're just going to keep going and put the pressure on. It doesn't seem like they should be looking for bonus points for tries, but they really are playing for the whitewash and crossing over that whitewash rather than kicking it over.
Certainly mean business today. John Crone inside. Referee Mike Scanlon not happy with the movement in the scrum before LCUs gets the ball in. Was trying times here for UL Bowes, trailing 17 points to nil. The first half of this Energia AAL Women's Top 4 competition.
Be interesting to see what Railway Union do here now. They seem to have targeted down the right hand side of the last few plays off the scrum. So it'll be interesting to see will they do that again now.
Yeah, it's a fairly big blind side as well.
Yeah.
They're going to go short, but it's Aoife Doyle off the wing. Came at a serious pace that Aoife Doyle cut a great line, and Aoife Doyle is over for the fourth and bonus point try. And we saw it, we said they'd go blind side, they went short side. Great line from Aoife Doyle and a great finish as well.
Yeah, I believe they were training on a 4G pitch during the week, and I think they might have had an opportunity then, when the ground is hard and you've got those kind of backs that are lightning, you've got Aoife Doyle, the ability to do that, and we can see what she can do in the 7th circuit, but none of us were expecting that. It was clear that that's something that they've been working on.
Yeah, just a short little pass as Nikki Coy adds the conversion as well, so it's 24 points to nil now in favour of a dominant Railway Union side. And from Niamh Briggs' point of view, what does she even say to her charges at this time?
I think if I was back behind the post, I'd just be saying to them that they need to work together. That while they're coming up in fits and starts. The defensive line aren't coming up together, and that's why they're getting soft shoulders. Railway Union are getting soft shoulders, and they're getting to go forward. Whereas even if it means slightly going up a little bit slower, but just sticking that line together and putting them back. Railway Union are passing the ball very flat, which means that they're playing it right in front of the defence. But a couple of tackles back, they could get confidence, but it really is looking like an uphill struggle at this stage.
Yes, 24 points to nil in favour of Railway Union. That's Enya Breen with the restart. And what Bowes really need more than anything at the moment is possession of the ball, because they haven't had it throughout this game at all, and it's Railway Union just relentless in their play so far. Referee Mike Scanlon telling the Bowes defence to get back as LCU's was putting her hands in it. That's a clearing kick from Nikki Coy. Doesn't go to plan, so maybe now finally a bit of possession for Bowes in the Railway Union half with a set piece.
Yeah, so line out for Kate Sheehan there inside the Railway half. So hopefully now this will go to hand and the Bowes backline can try something. Yes,
It's a good line out and good take at the back there as well. Sarah
Good
Garrett
option to
with
maul
the
it, I think, to just
it's
keep
a
the ball and get a bit of go forward. And here we go.
Yeah, in the midfield to Rachel Allen. Myrna Wall waits. Just need quicker ball here. It's Fiona Reedy. Sorry, it's Sarah Quinn, in fact, that has it for Bowes. Myrna Wall out to Enya Breen. A backline move now. It's Emer Considine. Considine starved of possession in this game so far. Has been stripped in the tackle though by Kate McCarthy. And a chance for Railway Union to counter-attack. Good tackle though.
It's a good tackle by Aoife Corey.
Yeah, much needed tackle as well, and Bowes have the ball back. Chance here now for Ewell Bowes to get back into this game. It's Claude
Nice
O'Halloran
offload
with the
to
big
Alana
carry.
McInerney.
Alana McInerney next to carry it forward for Bowes. It's Myrna Wall. Into the middle it goes. Big hit again from the Union defence.
There's an overlap on the left if they notice and exploit it, but the backs are standing very close together. There, Stephanie and Rachel Allen are standing close. I don't think they've realised.
It's now Rachel Allen that has it. Rachel Allen trying to power towards the line. Still going, Rachel Allen. Big chance for Bowes to try and get a foothold in this game. It's gone short indeed. Instead, Railway Union, plenty of defenders in place. No. Ball coming quickly though for Bowes. They've gone short again. One out Rugby at the moment. And keeping it tight again. That's Sarah Quinn at the back with it. Still can't get to the line though.
They need to
And
be
Bowes,
patient. They need to be patient here. The first visit in the 22.
And they've got a penalty. Myrna Wall has taken it quickly. Myrna Wall just stopped short, inches short of the line. And Bowes have got the ball down. It's a try for Bowes. Much needed try.
I think Myrna Wall was the one that touched it down.
Yeah, Myrna Wall went short with the penalty. She went fast with it just to try and inject a bit of pace. And Patricia's Myrna eventually somehow got the ball down.
Yeah, I thought originally she was stopped and we were going to lose it because she'd gone by herself, but she managed to get it down, so that's so great. Little bit of insight from Myrna Wall to go, because the Bowes attack, it originally looked, it was going very well and quick at the start, but Railway seemed to have it under control.
It's a badly needed score for Bowes. Trailing 24 points to 5 now, but that is just what they needed, Caroline.
It's just what they needed, and you would say in any other day this might be a routine kick, but we won't assume anything here because Enya is kicking it into the wind and it can't be easy. We've seen the drop-offs go short, so she's given about maybe 15 metres out. She's in front, but still anything can happen. We're coming up to the 28-minute mark, 29-minute mark. This is important.
Yeah, no mistake from Enya Breen. Went through her processes, slotted the ball between the posts, and a much needed fill-up for this Bowes side now, who trail Railway Union by 24 points to 7.
If they can hold this till half-time, you know, the second half will be very different. There's a few footballers in there. Maybe Emer Considine will get a chance to maybe kick it. There's Alana McInerney even there. A chance maybe to play territory in the second half with the wind behind them.
It's Nikki Coy with the drop off. It's deep. Should be collected there by Rachel Allen, and a good carry on the back of collecting that kick-off. That's with now Sarah Quinn. Quinn's trying to bring her barnstorming carrying game to the game, and she's finally just made a few metres there. It's Myrna Wall now out to Breen. Bowes trying to just create a bit of space, trying to stretch that Railway Union defence. They haven't been able to do it enough in this first half. There's an interception there from Aoife Doyle, and Doyle now starting an attack. Read that pass perfectly, did the Railway Union number 14, and it's Union now going through the hands. Left plenty of players out on this left hand side. Big overlap. Bowes trying to get out there as Lindsay Peat takes this one on. Comes left now to Nikki Coy. Flat pass, well read by the Bowes defence. Big hit on Deirdre Roberts by Stephanie Noonan. Yeah, that's Aoife McDermott. No knock on. McDermott trying to get the offload away, but it's Lindsay Peat acting at scrum half. Out now to Eve Higgins. Higgins trying to straighten, and she makes a couple of tackles, beats a couple of tackles. Higgins still going. Wonderful stuff from Eve Higgins. That's a sensational score.
That's an unreal score. You can see that she's come back from, you know, playing away and had lots of space to play in, but she's actually running through there like she has lots of space. They're not defending her really well, but she's playing with abandon and confidence.
Yeah, turnover ball just outside her 22, Patrick. Ball went left. They were trying to create a bit of space on the left wing. Aoife Doyle read it perfectly, and that led eventually to the score.
Yeah, great intercept by Aoife Doyle. You can see the wind here is holding up the ball a bit, so it was easy enough for her with her pace to come on, intercept the ball, and then excellent individual try with great footwork from Eve Higgins. The skills on show from some of the young girls who have come through the schoolgirls and underage clubs is very impressive here today with the very windy conditions.
So it's Nikki Coy lining up the kick once more. Good from Nikki Coy is the call. The flags go up, and it's now 31-7-2 Railway Union.
That's a sucker punch after working so hard to get points on the board for UL Bows. Railway Union had the strength to come back and answer with that. So it's impressive work by Railway Union. We'll just need to see how UL Bows bounce back from this.
It's a mountain to climb for Bows, as Caroline Mohan just said. Had a big confidence boost getting that try from Myrna Wall, and it's just flat all of a sudden again.
Yeah, I mean they're going to be, they probably had to rejig backline. Missing Nicole Cronin is a big loss, and she hurt herself playing the Belleville match. And Enya Breen is playing as well as she can and is leading the pack well and managing the players around her. It's just that they're not getting enough ball anyway to do anything constructive with.
Nikki Coy clearing that one down. Not one of her best kicks though. It's a tricky bounce for Emer Considine. And experienced international Emer Considine trying to get away from the Railway Union defensive set, but pressure's on for UL Bows yet again, deep in their own territory, deep in their own half, but it's a good carry there. Gains a few metres as Myrna Wall gets this one out, and it's Chloe Pearce with a strong carry. Myrna Wall now out it comes to Enya Breen. Breen just trying to go through the middle, held up by the Railway Union defence.
I think they're going to have to play direct because, I mean, they threw the intercept. That's going to. Oh, we have another turnover.
Yeah, it was Lindsay Peat with the strong tackle. Bows have managed to hold on to it though, and it's come left and it's out. It goes now. And Stephanie Noonan, good carry from Noonan. Plenty of metres gained there for UL Bows. It's into the middle now. Sarah Quinn gets the hands free and gets the offload. Claude O'Halloran for Bows, but still inside their own half, and a penalty comes. Great work again from the Railway Union defence, and Kate Sheehan has been blown up for holding on.
Yeah, she did as well as she could. But you really need to get in there and clear the ball when you're playing that direct rugby. You have to be on the ball carrier, and the support have to work really hard. Railway Union are holding a very high line. They're putting a lot of pressure on the breakdowns.
There's another penalty coming here for Railway Union. Ball not going to hand there, but referee Mike Scanlon playing advantage. Penalty on the 10-metre line. Offside, I think, is the call from the penalty. Long advantage given by the referee there. And Nikki Coy is going to kick to the corner, or kick as close as she can to the corner, I should say. But it's really it's relentless stuff from Railway Union.
They're playing really well. They're very cohesive, the backs and forwards. They know exactly what they want to do, and it's not that UL Bows are allowing them to do everything, but they are just doing it very effectively.
Another huge attacking chance here, set piece play from this line out, and their line out has been going very well in this game so far. So it'll be Blackmore with the throw. Another strong position here for Railway Union. I think Chloe Blackmore is looking for the ball. There's no ball over on that far side.
The big difference between the two teams going forward is that Railway Union are taking the ball very flat and breaking the gain line in all their carries, while Bows are actually taking the ball inside and quite deep and aren't getting to the gain line when they do have the ball.
A very strong maul from that line out taken by Aoife McDermott, and Railway Union showing they can do it with their backs and forwards. Still going forward with it here, close to the Bows line, looking for try number 5. Trying to get it out to Aoife Doyle there, and Doyle trying to navigate her way to the right corner. The ball is still there for Railway Union. Katie O'Dwyer now next to take it up. Good solid defence from Bowes, but they're under severe pressure. Ball's out now to Blackmore. Aoife McDermott, big hit from Rachel Allen. Just stops that initial attack from Railway Union. McCarthy into Emma Murphy, gets the hands free and gets the offload again. Again, Bowes are there in numbers. Defensive Nikki Coy has it now. Coy trying to go on her own. Good tackle from Stephanie Noonan. But Railway Union managing to hold on to the ball with relative ease. They have been pushed back though towards the 22. As Kate McCarthy, former Shannon player, tries to go past Enya Breen, but again Breen able to make the tackle. Chloe Blackmore now decides to go herself. Call for crossing there, not given by referee Mike Scanlon. And it's Railway Union ever closer to the Bowes 22. They're being pushed towards LCU's now to Nikki Coy. She's going for the little chip, and it's got a bounce. Challenged by Emer Considine on Aoife Doyle. Little collision we'll call it. Referee Mike Scanlon not giving a penalty for that. And members of the Railway Union backroom team not overly happy with that refereeing decision, but he hasn't blown the whistles, and that's the important thing.
I think Emer Constantine was probably lucky there. Rachel Allen has been very impressive in the backline for Ewell Bowes, stopping lots of the Railway Union attacks.
It was much better defence from Bowes on that occasion. Yeah, got big hits in and forced them back out. Inevitably then forced the kick over the top. Line out though, doesn't go to plan initially, and Bowes struggling to hold on to it. Myrna Wall trying to dive in it. But it is back on the Bowes side. And pressure here to get rid of this ball. They're not going to kick it away initially. Just trying to get the safest exit possible here out of their 22. Good carry there. Chloe Pearce. And it's eventually kicked clear by Enya Breen. It was touched, we think.
Plays back
Light out one by Bowes.
throw.
And now trying to exit outside their 22. As one aspect of Bowes' play has been their set piece has worked very well so far.
It has been their set piece. It's going well. It's unfortunate that they're having to execute these good set pieces under pressure, and it just means that if anything goes wrong, they're back under pressure again. And I mean, it's a strong wind. Both hookers have dealt with it really well.
And there's 2 players down injured for.
There's actually very few out-and-out Limerick people on this UL both side. There's a lot of Clare folk and Tipperary people, and obviously we've got Myrna Wall, dual status with Kerry.
Multicultural UL Bowes side. And that penalty from Enya Breen going midway between their 22 and the 10-metre line. And Kate Sheehan, vastly experienced hooker on this side, gets the throw. It's brilliantly won though from Aoife McDermott. And anyone that's ever seen Aoife McDermott play isn't surprised by what just happened.
No, she's done it from the Green of Ireland as well, and she's standing out here as an exceptional player today. And the pressure has forced a knock on.
Yeah, Railway Union thought they had an overlap on this near side, but ball came out towards Eve Higgins and Niamh Byrne. In the end, the knock on coming from pressure from the Bowes defence. So scrum just near the halfway line. Myrna Wall trying to get this one in, and maybe from this area an attacking chance if they can get the ball out quickly.
Yeah, I would utilise the blind and play direct rugby here and cut down the number of passes, less mistakes, and just might be a little bit old school, but just direct rugby might be what's needed right now, just to inch up the field a bit for UL Bowes.
Yeah, and of course a 7-player scrum here for Railway Union. It's Emma Murphy that's gone into the second row to replace the sin bin Kate McCarthy, so there is no number 8 in defence, so maybe a chance to attack that channel.
You see Deirdre Roberts is holding the flank position. There's still light on the right hand side of that scrum.
Yeah, no, Myrna Wall keeps it out.
Left.
Goes to the left hand side. Stephanie Noonan keeps going left, and it's a good run from Alana McInerney. Of course, Alana McInerney, first Irish call up back in November, hasn't made her debut for the Green as of yet, but she keeps continuing the way she's going. Very impressive young player.
Yeah, very proud Clare woman from Ennis.
Yeah, but it's
Her
Bowes.
father captained Clare to the first Munster final in 1992.
Just inside the Railway Union half. Fairly central, so they could go either side from this if they chose to do so. It's Myrna Wall with the put in,
Looks like
another
they may be
solid.
utilising the blindside winger, the 15 here in this play.
In it comes to Rachel Allen looking for the offload, but Allen with the good carry and has lost the ball though, but it's gone backwards for Bowes. Good work there from Enya Breen, but there's pressure on Myrna Wall. Does well to get the ball away. Big carry now for Sarah Quinn. It's there for Myrna Wall to Claude O'Halloran. O'Halloran just ducking out of a tackle, making a bit of ground. Presents the ball back for Myrna Wall, and Bowes have it now. Chloe Pearce to Enya Breen, out the back it goes. And Stephanie Noonan, handoff from Noonan, gets the pass away. Still goes, does Noonan instead. Look to give the pass, holds on to it instead. That's Rachel Allen over to that left hand side. And it's gone over the sideline. And that's the half-time whistle here in UL, and it's Railway Union in firm control, leading 31 points to 7. So second half underway here, where UL Bowes trail Railway Union 31-7. The kick-off from Enya Breen puts Railway Union back in their own 22. The kick is cleared, and so there's going to be a line out for UL Bowes midway between the 22. Yeah.
She'll be happy to not see much of the play, because the further the play is from her, the more of an attack UL Bowes are doing. But the wind is not what it was at the start of the first half. It's going to die down a bit, but you can see from the touch judge's flag, it still is strong over there.
Attacking opportunity here for, well, I thought it was for Bowes, but there must have been a hand on it, and it's a line out for Railway Union instead. It's Chloe Blackmore goes to the back. It's not won cleanly by Railway Union, but Ailsa Hughes has picked the ball up for Railway Union. Big hit there. And Bowes now trying to force a turnover in the early stages of the second half. Comes back to Nikki Coy, and Coy gets a good kick away. So good defensive set for Railway Union, but still, Caroline, a chance for Bowes at the start of this half.
There is a chance, and like we say, they needed possession in the first half, which they didn't have much of, and they say when they did have the small bit of possession, they got into the 22 and got a try. Here, we have a chance to build something here from the UL Bowes perspective.
Chance for Bowes through their hooker, Kate Sheehan. The call goes. It's in towards Claude O'Halloran, but it's gone forward. And Railway Union have the scrum.
Kate will take pride in her throw. She's a stalwart member of the club for years and years. She took a little break to go to Australia for a while, but I mean, she's been a proud Robin for a long, long time, and that front row is very, very experienced between herself and Fiona Reedy and Chloe. But that's an unfortunate mistake in the attacking half.
So Chloe Blackmore with the throw for Railway Union. Goes deep again, and Aoife McDermott can't take it. So
not straight in my mind.
Not straight is the call from referee Mike Scanlon. So another chance for Bowes. Neither side getting to the pitch of the game in the early stages of the second half, but it's Bowes that will once more from the same position have a attacking line out.
Yeah, they'll be well practiced at this stage. Another one that the wind has taken and has been knocked forward. Mike Scanlon has deemed it. They've kicked away the advantage.
Yeah, it's Alana McInerney that takes it from that kick from Nikki Coy, but Coy is there again. Oh, it's a knock on. The pass to Molly Scuffle McCabe wasn't one of her better ones from Nikki Coy, and so it's a scrum on the 22 for UL Bowes, and this is a real attacking opportunity, especially with Union still down to 14 players.
Yeah, I mean, they really want to capitalise now at this stage, and hopefully they're all switched on, because this is an opportunity, and we can see from the first half they don't come by it that often, so there is an element of pressure here. They'll all need to be switched on and do their jobs very well, from the put in to the hook, all the way to the control at the back from Sarah Quinn. And maybe Patrick, Sarah Quinn at the back of this scrum, pick and go option.
Yes, she's been doing quite well at the back of the scrum, and she's picking and gone right. Oh, Ball
Sarah
hasn't gone
Quinn
to
did
hand.
go with it, but ball didn't go to hand for Bowes, and they've gone on the back foot, but they've managed to hold on to possession. And it's Claire Bennett with the carry for the home side. Back it goes now to Clodagh O'Halloran. Strong carry from Clodagh. And Myrna Wall has possession for Bowes. Out to the left it comes. Floated past Stephanie Noonan. Gets it to Emer Considine. Hand off from Emer Considine. Considine still going. She's lost the ball. Has gone forward, says the referee. And a chance goes a begging for UL Bowes. But lovely play.
Lovely play. It's a pity Emer Constantine didn't offload it to her winger outside her on the left, but she chose to go herself and with the handoff. Unlucky not to get through herself.
UL Bowes won't want the clock being eaten up at scrum time. I'm sure Railway would be quite happy to spend a lot of time refixing scrums because it's all part of the game. The clock won't be stopped for these.
Ball eventually gets in. A good pressure from Bowes. Good scrum from UL Bowes. But referee Mike Scanlon has given a penalty towards Railway Union. And a chance now for Railway Union to clear their lines outside their 22. And they may just keep onto the ball instead. And that's exactly what they've done. They've taken a tap penalty. And it's Dee Roberts who carried it forward out to Lindsay Peat in midfield, and that was the danger Railway Union had when they took that tap penalty. It's UL Bowes now with the ball on the 22. Enya Breen outside to Emer Considine. Considine with great feet. Emer Considine still going. Good tackle on Considine. I think it was Lindsay Peat that got the tackle in. The ball is there for UL Bowes, though it's slow ball. Myrna Wall is there. Eventually comes now to Claire Bennett.
There's some mess going on in those rucks, I fear.
Yeah, slow ball coming out. Myrna Wall has it this time, bit quicker now. And it's a good carry there for Bowes.
They should be moving the ball right, and there's.
Yeah, the penalty comes though for holding on, not for the first time in this game. Slow ball out of the ruck. Railway Union take advantage and earn the penalty. And you'd imagine they'll kick this one clear rather than tapping it, or low in the middle of the pitch. They may not.
They may not, because there's a fair distance. Yeah, I think she's tapping it off her knee, in fact, which it's unusual.
It'll be a scrum to Bowes.
It'll be a scrum to Bowes.
And we're now all
No,
needs
it
to
won't.
get that.
It won't be a scrum to Bowes. He's decided not to. And Lindsay Peat with the carry. Instead for Railway Union now. Emma Murphy takes that one into contact. Comes left. So Railway Union opted to hold on to the ball with Claire Bowles with an outstanding first half. Going to the left hand side, Nikki Coy dummying the pass but deciding to hold on to it for a risky enough offload. And Railway Union still with possession, holding it on out to that left hand side. And they've made a mistake again, and Bowes really need to capitalise on these mistakes. They have a chance now. Tackle there from Molly Scuffle McKay, but it's Bowes that have it.
Railway Union still have 14, isn't that right?
Yeah, Kate McCarthy waiting to come back on. So Bowes really need to do something here. It's Chloe Pearce. Now it's Myrna Wall to Sarah Quinn. Still now it is to Rachel Allen. Lofts it outside. Chance for Stephanie Noonan. And Stephanie Noonan hasn't got there. But there's been... Not sure if it's foul play or not, but Stephanie Noonan went down under that challenge. And the whistle's blown from referee Mike Scanlon. He's going to have a word with his linesman. The flag is out from the linesman on this occasion, so a chat between the linesman and the referee, but much better again for Bowes, and they're really trying to capitalise on Railway Union's mistakes. That's a penalty for Bowes, high tackle. So just 5 metres from the Railway Union line, Myrna Wall tap penalty goes to Claire Bennett. Bennett with the carry. Railway Union numbers in defence. Wall now out to Clodagh O'Halloran. O'Halloran again tackled. And the ball, slow ball coming back again. Legally, says the referee, the Railway Union defence, but Bowes have got the try.
Got over the line there in that 22. That's very, very patient attack. There was things going against them, but with the 14 against 14, that's very important. We can just see the 15th player running on for Railway Union. So that was a very, very timely try. There was still a mountain to climb, but at least with the try just near the post, there was an opportunity for the extra 2.
Yeah, it was Chloe Pearce doing what she does so well, close to the line, has the power to get over, and a very, very timely try as well, Patrick.
Absolutely. Railway Union, there's been a small few mistakes and knock-ons now. They're struggling with the wind, like Bows were in the first half. It's picked up again here, and so Bows, all they attack the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Chance for Enya Breen to cut the Railway Union lead even further. Score currently at 31 points to 12. Chance for Breen to add a couple of more points. Every point counts.
They all count, and then what's most important then after this is that they get the kick-off. So no doubt they'll want to send it right back into the 22 and build the pressure. There's the extra 2.
Easy as you like from Enya Breen there. So we've played nearly 52 minutes of the game here, and it's Railway Union leading 31 points to 14.
If UL Bows are going to do something, they'll have to do it soon. I mean, the clock will go against them if they're going to eat up that amount of time without turning that possession and territory into points.
Kick-off from Nicky Coy, and it's gone all the way to touch. It did bounce before it hit the sideline though, so it won't be a scrum back to the halfway line. It'll be a line out for UL Bows, midway between 10-metre line and 22, but it's been a much better performance from the second half, of course aided by the very strong breeze here in UL, but still much better from Bows.
It's encouraging when you see the top 4 sides, the fixtures that are there and the matches that are there. You know, you wouldn't have expected that kind of difference at the half time, because all 4 teams are competitive. You can't really predict what's going to happen at the start of a match, but just looking at the team lists today, Railway Union did look especially strong, and you know, you've got that back line. They are very dangerous, and those kind of hands in the pack intermingling among the back line. You knew that they would be dangerous.
Yeah, and it's Stephanie Noonan with a very good carry, making 10 or so metres from that pass from Myrna Wall. Great line from Noonan. It's coming out left now. Enya Breen carrying it up strong, up the middle too. Great stuff from Enya Breen, taking play closer to the halfway line. Fiona Reedy now, Sarah Quinn, indeed, taking that one on. It's Myrna Wall again. And a good straight line from Emer Considine. Hugely powerful run from the Irish international. That's inside now. Ciara O'Halloran, of course, called up to the Irish screening camp in the last few weeks, but Emer Considine's in a bit of trouble here as the kick comes through from Rachel Allen. Maybe a bit too strong on the 4G pitch here.
It's a big dead ball area, so you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're going to have to run this at Railway Union rather than have the drop out. It's a good carry though from McCabe. But the ball has been knocked on, and Bows now in the Railway Union territory once more with Ciara O'Halloran. Just making their way forward. No advantage though, and there's a scrum for UL Bows.
Emer Considine still looks like she's struggling here on the left wing. Hopefully she should be able to join them again.
Railway Union have had a long purple patch in the first half, so it's time now for the UL Bows to switch on. You can see what Patrick was mentioning in the first half, that UL Bows are taking the ball behind the gain line, and Railway Union are able to put the pressure on. So I think they need to play the ball a bit flatter and actually go forward, because when they do take the ball forward, they're making ground. But those rucks being static is a bit of a problem. So we've a solid scrum here.
Yeah, good scrum from Bows. The call from Niamh Briggs behind us says keep the ball in. It has gone out though, but it's Sarah Quinn that's going to be carried into touch, and that's a big chance gone a begging for UL Bows. Just lost a bit of control with the ball still in the scrum. Popped out. Quinn had to take it quickly and was forced into touch.
Yeah, I mean, the ball should not be left in the scrum that long, that if you're going to be forced to go to the touchline. I mean, the touchline is the defender's friend, and I mean that's an easy thing for anyone to do. And I mean that's where you have to be smart, and they're in the territory to play the ball, and they need to be smart about it. Now Railway Union with the ball. It's a good tackle by Kate Sheehan.
Yeah, Kate McCarthy with the carry. And
she's going to be eager to make up for the 10
minutes. It's a block down from Sarah Garrett. Try chance here for Bows, but it's going to go out over the end line. Great block from Sarah Garrett at Nicky Coy's attempted clearance, but
I think Railway Union are feeling this pressure that UL Bows had at the start of the first half, and it is something that breeds mistakes.
The block down from Sarah Garrett, forcing the 22 after the ball went dead. It's going to be a drop out for Nicky Coy, and it's not one of her best. Sarah Garrett Trying to go for it up against Aoife Doyle, but there's a knock on from Doyle, so it's another Bows scrum. And there's a couple of subs getting ready now. Next sub in is Amanda McQuaid, coming on for Katie O'Dwyer, and the other one for UL Bows is Eilish Cahill, coming on for
Another
Sarah
Clare woman. I think Quinny. took
Yeah,
an
you'll see
injury.
Chloe Pearce move back to the number 8 position.
Yeah, she's adept at playing front row and back row, and I think that's probably going to be the option. But I think Sarah Quinn hurt herself a few minutes ago. She's tried to play on, and it just isn't possible anymore.
Just to reiterate, Katie O'Dwyer off and Amanda McQuaid on for Railway Union, as Bows have this one. Myrna Wall leaves it to the last second to get the ball out to Enya Breen, and towards the middle to Rachel Allen. Good carry from Allen. Strong carry. And it's Chloe Pearce now trying to get into the game. Huge hit from Chloe Pearce. Bouncing off the tackles is Pearce to bring it into the 22. They caught for holding on though to the Railway Union defence, and they've got the decision. Brilliant defence, and they've taken it quickly here. It's moved 10 metres, maybe for a bit of back chat with the referee as well. Frustration for Bows, but again Railway Union's defence holds up.
They've lost a number of balls in contact now, and I think they need to start learning from it, because the rucks are short. They're not actually pushing Railway Union back off the ball. So when they leave the ball there to be competed for, I think that's what's happening. And I mean, we're not close enough to the action to say whether we agree with the referee's decision. I know I'm slightly biased, but I mean, the referee's the referee. They have the whistle, they make the call, so it's up to you all both to adjust.
And Railway Union still trying to be enterprising with the ball in hand, maybe under a bit of pressure here, but now a chance to break here for Railway Union. It's a brilliant carry from Niamh Byrne. Niamh Byrne still going with it. Has Aoife Doyle with her, still going. Is Byrne. Maybe should have given it earlier to Aoife Doyle. And Bows now trying to pinch it, and they have pinched it on their own 22. It was excellent attack from Niamh Byrne. Broke from nowhere. Should have passed it off to Aoife Doyle though.
Definitely should have passed it off, and I think that's just a small bit of indecision and just the opportunity to run with the ball in hand, and you kind of get a little bit giddy, and that decision to go wide would have been a bit better.
So Enya Breen with the penalty just outside her own 22. And it's Breen with the kick. Hasn't found touch though, and the ball bounces in play, and it's Maeve Scuffle. McCabe throws this one out, and there's room for Claire Bowles to run. Gets the pass away to Coy. Bowles up fast in defence though. All bouncing around, eventually taken in by Eve Higgins. But there's a player down. So the scrum here for Railway Union. Ailsa Hughes has it. Gets the ball in. Bowes putting pressure on, but it's held by Railway Union. And a chance now for Railway Union to launch another attack. Haven't scored in the second half as of yet. Now that could change with Aoife McDermott trying to free the hands. Good challenge though from Chloe Pearce and Kate Sheehan. Out it comes to this near side now. Off the line quickly was Rachel Allen. Gets the hit in on her opposite number. And pressure from Bowes, but they've held on to it. Nikki Coy, just a little dink through. Lovely weighted kick from the Railway Union out half, and Emer Constant forced to just watch the ball go out over the sideline, but lovely play from Nikki Coy.
Really
Beautifully
nice
weighted
control.
kick.
Yeah, and the ball could have hopped up nicely there for Aoife Doyle, so it was shepherded across the line there. And they just keep looking, threatening. They're playing really, really direct. So they're able to mix it up, and that time they got most of their go forward from the short target play. Both defending excellently, but when they move it wide after sucking Bowes in, they just seem to have more space.
And Bowes winning that line out. Lily Brady is now on for this Bowes side.
Looked like she faced the wrong way there by accident. But we still have
Attempted clearance is going to bounce though. It's bounced well for Bowes. And it's Aoife Corey. It's there. Myrna Wall out to Claire Bennett. Bennett still going, but there's a penalty to Railway Union.
I don't know. I'm not agreeing with all of these decisions. They seem to be blown up quite quickly rather than letting to see what was going to happen or what's going to eventually come out of those plays. Seems to be quick to the whistle.
Either way, it's a penalty for Railway Union. They're on the Bowes 22. Ball doesn't go to Nikki Coy's hand, but a strong carry there, and Bowes under pressure here as D. Roberts goes through the middle of the ruck. D. Roberts with a strong carry calls for a high tackle by the Railway Union sideline. Penalty is coming. Linesman's flag is up, so there will be an issue here. The flag is still up here from the touch judge. But Bohs have possession from that knock on. I think we might be going back either way here as the clearance comes. Going to bounce favourably for Molly Scuffle McCabe. And McCabe has it. Into the centre it goes. And the knock on coming. Rachel Allen had got in quickly there. So penalty for Railway Union. It was Chloe Pearce that was the offender indeed. And played just coming up to 26.5 minutes of the second half, and it's Railway Union leading 31 points to 14. Haven't scored yet in the second half, and they've gone to the corner with this one. Nikki Coy as Niamh Kavanagh readies to come on for UL Bohs. It's going to be Railway Union with the line out. Dee Roberts has moved from number 8 to hooker since Chloe Blackmore came off, so it's Dee Roberts with the throw. And a massive chance here for Railway Union. Line out goes to plan from Union's point of view.
I actually thought they might have chosen to take a scrum at that last penalty, so there's no prediction what Railway Union will do. They're very confident in making lots of different decisions at different times.
Carry there now from Anna McGann. Bohs trying to stave off this Railway Union attack. It's into Roberts once more. Maybe she's found a gap ever closer to the line. It's out the back, it's coming. It's McDermott now to Coy. Coy trying to go through the middle. Stephanie Noonan has forced the knock on. Great defence from Bohs, and it's Fiona Reedy now. Out it comes for Bohs. Room on the right hand side. And there's a late tackle here. The linesman, or the touch judge, has his flag out once more. So play will go back. I think again it was a late hit on the Bohs player. And Stephanie Noonan comes off. It's going to be a penalty for UL Bohs. Touch found from Enya Breen, but it's back towards our own 10-metre line. Just see from the touch judge's flag on the far side how strong this breeze has become. Thankfully, from our point of view, the rain has held off. Beautiful blue skies around UL at the moment.
It can be quite a barren place here
for UL Bohs.
No,
inside their own 10-metre line, but they need something to happen fast. Kate Sheehan looking for a ball. Just delay things further, all this suiting Railway Union.
Yeah, just eating up the clock even further, and nobody's in any hurry to run away and get a ball there for the UL Bohs hooker. Great take off the top to the 9.
Yeah, it was a great take from Sarah Garrett. It's a high tackle on Myrna Wall again, so might be a warning here from referee.
He's speaking to the captain, all right.
Yeah, Mike Scanlon. That's 2 or 3 high tackles in a quick space of time committed by Railway Union, so chance for Enya Breen to go even further down the field from this penalty. Good strike from Breen, trying to use the breeze to her advantage, and this one will land in Railway Union half. Double substitution now for Railway Union. Keelan Brady and Tess Fiore. Of course, Tess Fiore, the USA international, only made her debut last month for Railway Union, and a fairly decent player to come on as well.
Yeah, it's a handy person to bring off the bench at the end of a match, and she plays for Penn State.
Yeah, there could be a card here. That's a deliberate knock on. Yeah, he's already warned the Railway Union defence, or already warned the Railway Union team. Yeah, card comes. I thought there was a yellow card there. Indeed there is, yeah.
There is a yellow card, yeah.
Over on that far side, and it's Megan Collis that has...
She's just come on.
Yeah, Megan
Not
Collis.
too long ago.
Deliberate knock on, second time in a row, as Niamh Briggs roared in at the referee. The 5th penalty in a row there.
Yeah, she's not happy. It's I wouldn't say there's a cynical intent by Railway Union. It might be just some circumstances at play, and Bows trying to play more direct and create those opportunities, and maybe a bit of tiredness fitting in it. The wind can be a factor to suck the life out of you when you're playing these kind of games. While you were mentioning earlier the lovely weather, it's nice, it's dry, it's good ball handling weather. You can see now Niamh Kavanagh's first touch of the ball has just gone forward. That's such her eagerness to get involved.
Yeah, it's just been symptomatic of Bows' day, really, just things not going to plan. As Aoife McDermott carries hard for Railway Union. Ball now trying to come out. Of course, Union back down to 14 players again. It's Energia Breen with the tackle. No advantage, we're coming back for the knock on. That's a penalty there at the scrum for Railway Union. They've gone with the tap again. Trying to go through the hands. There's a break there. It's a good carry. Anna McGann with it. It's just gone forward though. And Bowes' strong defence forcing the knock on, and Bowes will be very much hoping to finish this game with a flourish.
Yeah, it'd be lovely if they could cross the whitewash there. It was a lovely, the substitute in there, a lovely offload, but unfortunately it did go forward. But it is coming from pressure from UL Bowes. But this pressure needs to be turned into points, and it's just not happening for them today.
There'll be a scrum again for Bowes, midway between their own 10-metre line and the halfway. Myrna Wall, who's been an impressive player for Bowes, we highlighted before the game. Very promising young player, dual status with Kerry. This one, penalty for Bowes. Straight down was the front row, so it's going to be Energia Breen trying to kick to the corner. It's a bit trickier from the side. Kicking into the breeze. Good kick from Energia Breen, judged the win to perfection. So, Patrick, a good attacking position here for Bowes.
Yeah, hopefully now the passes will stick out in the back line, and Bowes need to get a try quickly. But any hope of coming back in this match?
It's going to be Kate Sheehan throwing in at the line out. It's just broken through for Claude O'Halloran. Ball hadn't gone forward, so Bowes still with possession. Line out didn't go fully to plan. And Fiona Reedy did well to hold on to that ball low down as well. Now it's Niamh Kavanagh. A strong carry from Kavanagh. Back for Myrna Wall out to the right hand side. And it's Eilish that has it. Energia Breen now. Eilish Cahill also looking to win it for Bowes. And it's Claire Bennett. Bennett forced to go to ground. And out to the right hand side now with Emer Considine. Considine trying to just find that gap for UL Bowes to bring them into the Railway Union 22. There's Eilish Cahill. Strong carry from her. But the penalty comes once more. And it's Railway Union's defence that has held firm throughout.
Yeah, they get to the gain line, and I just think that UL Bowes, support players need to push the Railway Union players back away from the ball. I don't understand how it's such a quick turnover when the ball has barely hit the deck, but the Railway Union players are getting in very, very quickly.
And it's Aoife McDermott with that strong carry for the Railway Union side that lead 31-14. That's Anna McGann, who's had a really impressive performance since she's come off the bench. And McDermott again trying to get it back, freeing her hands every time she gets into a tackle to get that offload away.
Yeah, she's got the height advantage over most of the players that she's playing against.
And it's Niamh Byrne with that carry again, making ground once more for this Railway Union side. Out it comes to Keelan Brady. And it's keep going though. Railway Union are always trying to offload. Good challenge though. Knocks the ball free, but it's still Railway Union that have it. Ball coming to this right hand side. And
Pressure there coming from Bowes, but it's actually a knock on from a Bowes.
Yeah, knock on the tackle, and it's going to be a scrum back for Railway Union.
What do you have on the clock, John?
We have 36 minutes gone here. Yep. Just coming up to 37 minutes, so in the final stages of the game. There's Railway Union.
Leah Sweeney coming in there in the front row for Fiona Reedy. I believe Leah Sweeney wears her Connacht gear at every training session, so it's nice to see that she switched her green socks for red socks today.
Very well indoctrined in Ballina Rugby is Leah. Another substitute as well that came on there at scrum half, number 20, Louise Costello. And Louise is capable of scoring a try or two as well.
Yeah, she's been known to have a snipe.
So it's Railway Union with the ball at the back of the scrum. It's a good run. Molly McCabe is there, tries to get the offload to Eve Higgins. The offload was good, Higgins just unable to hold on to it. And it's Costello that has it now for UL Bows. Trying to finish this game on a positive note, but they've been well beaten by this Railway Union outfit. Good carry there. And it's now Costello.
The endeavours there by Bows. It's just that today Railway are just that little bit too strong.
Just trying to get it. Of course, there's plenty of Railway Union players coming off the bench to try and make an impression for the next game as well.
Yeah, I believe that they had to leave people off the squad, so I mean they're going to be fighting to make an impression to get on a starting team or even to hold their place on the bench even.
The strength of this Railway Union side very apparent today, especially in that first half as Enya Breen kicks to touch from that penalty. It's a good strike too from the Bows out half.
She's had a very good game today, Enya Breen has, and I mean it's just been one-way traffic at times, but every time she's been on the ball she's influenced the play positively, and her kicking has been influential in getting territory. There's just been one that I think mistouched, but apart from that she's been fairly flawless.
Line out now coming from Kate Sheehan.
Only 2 minutes now left in the sin bin for Railway Union, so the Bows should need to capitalise on this as quickly as possible.
And again, it doesn't go to plan for Bows and it's Railway Union in possession. Ball's thrown out. In the end, it's won over on that side by Katie Heffernan. Katie Heffernan is dangerous from this type of play. Passes out off her left hand. Look forward from here. Hasn't been given though as a forward pass. Ball bobbling around. Eventually pops over the sideline for a Bows throw.
Here was a nice break, and rather selfishly she gave the pass to the left, but not to be for Railway Union. I'm sure they'd be interested with all their substitutions to finish with a score as well. So both teams now are going to be pushing to get to the try line.
It's gone short from Kate Sheehan, but Claire Bowles is there for Union to nick that one. Once more, it's gone out the back line quickly. That's their captain, Niamh Byrne, gets the handoff. Now it's Aoife Doyle. 2 tries in this game so far. Aoife Doyle trying to finish, but there's a very good tackle comes in. Brilliant stuff there. It was Niamh Kavanagh, no surprise to see that hit coming in. Aware of what was in front of her, and they did the necessary to force Aoife Doyle out over the sideline.
She's plenty of time playing on the wing, Niamh Kavanagh does, so she'll know that defensive role fairly well as well.
As both sides making further substitutions. As Kate Sheehan throws this one in, and again it's coming back on the Railway Union side, despite the best efforts of Eilish Cahill. It's Molly McCabe at scrum half. Carry hard from Dee Roberts. Another impressive player for Railway Union today has the Kiwi number 8. Tackle comes in from Kavanagh again, realising where Union were going with that, but it's out left for Aoife Doyle again, always looking for the ball, hungry for work.
She's definitely leading by example there, which is impressive to say for a centre to be able to lead from example. Usually it's a back player that can do that.
It's Amanda McQuaid that has made the break here. Good tackle comes in from Lily Brady, but it's Railway Union on the Bows 22 now. And Bows managing to slow it down slightly, getting their defensive line in place. And slow ball here for Railway Union after that break by Amanda McQuaid. Hannah McGann frees her hands, but it's won there by Lily Brady and UL Bows. Brady straight onto the ball. The second it became loose, good work at the ruck though from Railway Union, but down on the ball, and it's a penalty for UL Bows, and it's taken quickly, and it's Chloe Pearce.
She's had a big game today, and just when they had the possession there and the turnover, there was nobody home for Railway Union, but just couldn't get the ball back quick enough maybe to kick it down and get a bit of go forward and put Railway Union turning backwards.
Yeah, it's Bows now well inside their own half, trying to get something going here, and it's out the line, it's coming. But straight up has been Claire Bowles, and Claire Bowles has probably been the player of the match, outstanding throughout for Railway Union. There's been a knock on though, and it's going to come as a penalty in at the side, and Bowles are going to go quickly again, and it's Chloe Pearce again. Good lovely little pop pass inside. Rachel Allen. Louise Costello now out to Enya Breen. Breen, oh, big hit on Breen. Again, it's Claire Bowles that's in there. Railway Union making sure there's no gaps in their defence for Bowles to take advantage of.
Claire Bowles has been a pest in there at the back of those breakdowns. She's really playing like the 7.
And maybe a bit of space out on this right hand side for Bowles. I think there may be a turnover there. Yeah, Railway Union have that one. And it's kicked out by Dee Roberts, and that should be the full-time whistle. It's full-time here in UL, where Railway Union have come out victorious over their hosts on a 31 points to 14 scoreline. Many thanks to Caroline Moan and Patrick Kelly for their expert analysis throughout. And that's all from us here.